All right, folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. We are not a comedy channel. Today we're having an update on Sorcery's realm of contestative beta. My name is Rudy once again. We report the news, we talk about the things that tank, the things that pop, and the things that do swirly bird circles. Today we do a follow-up. I waited enough time. We are now doing a follow-up on Sorcery beta. Okay? So, what happened? Obviously, Sorcery, Ares Curiosa, announced that they were going to release additional beta boxes, first mostly outside the United States, to get product to countries that pretty much didn't have access to product. On that announcement, everybody got all wound up. Oh my god, they did the Rudy face. That's literally what happened, okay? No joke. I reenacted that 17 times, so please enjoy that moment. So, everybody thought that's it. Sorcery is now game pieces. It's all going to zero, blah, 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 drama, Debbie Downer, negative Nancy, blah, blah. So now that we can fast forward, everything is settled, the product's gone to the market. I can even tell you on TCG Player, you have substantially more listed sellers and stores who actually have some Sorcery beta boxes. Rudy ran his second and final wave sale that was already a few weeks back, or a month back, oh god, whenever you want, maybe a month by the time you watch this video. And yeah, the demand remains incredibly strong. It cost a fortune to literally get all the promos slabbed. Geez, $50,000, $40,000. Cost a fortune to grade all the promos, get all the material, the labor, the payroll, get everything done behind the scenes. But hey, we got it done. The playmats, everything was taken care of. The old playmats, everything's taken care of. Sent out, new playmat, everything's been done. So now that time's happened, we've kind of reflect back. Let's look at the data, shall we? Well, I'm going to tell you all right now. Yeah, I know a lot of you all, a lot of my own patrons, a lot of people comment on this channel said, Rudy, that's it. They don't understand it. Sorcery and them, they're going straight game pieces. They're just going to keep reprinting. And I said, well, hold up, Buttercup. Calm down. All right, maybe you're a little hungry today. I get it. I get the same way when I don't get my waffle fries. But look at the market. We have 3 to 4 times as many sellers on TCG Player for beta boxes. Okay? The box price spiked to it's sitting at like $250s, $260s right now for a beta box, okay? Which is great, okay? It shows a lot of demand for the product. It shows even with other countries and more product getting to locations that didn't have it, the market didn't penalize it. And the market, based on what it's telling us, doesn't believe it was overprinted. It doesn't believe a major mistake occurred. That is the data. No matter how you feel, no matter how I feel, the market is telling us that the additional amount that they placed in wherever Europe or countries they did, or Canada, the market is okay with it. It did not move the needle to the point where it crashed it. Now, just to give you all the Rudy opinion, obviously we're a long ways off before the first Arthurian Legends. You can only say it in that voice. If you say it in a normal voice, I will not respond. You must say it in the Arthurian Legends. Now that's still a ways off, okay? But just understand, as future products come out with Sorcery, nobody, including me, expects the prices to be $200 to $300 a box. Chances are that's not going to happen, okay? So I'm going to also be very blunt with you all. So people in stores and people who think I'm going to buy as many Arthurian Legends as possible so that I can 10x my money, that is not going to be the future path, okay? Usually, as with everything in historical data in the card world, number one, Arthurian Legends is a smaller set, okay? The print run will probably be higher and more in line with based on the data of releasing it. Actually, they now have a full release. They know and have historical data at the company of demand and distribution. So we can assume the following things. The set is going to be smaller, which I don't know how much, but I know it's smaller. Okay, which means single cards will be easier to achieve, less card pool. Number two, the print run will be more in line with the market demand. Okay, so they're going to have distribution, probably larger, different hubs, blah, blah, blah. So when you put these things together, most likely the box price is going to be, after release and more average, around the $100 to $150 box price. Okay, doesn't matter what MSRP is, doesn't matter what you all think it's going to be. So again, if these stores and distributors I want infinite amount, I want 20 billion boxes of Arthurian Legends. A lot of that is flipper mentality, okay? What you cannot compare it, okay? I believe, based on just being in this industry for over 20 years, Arthurian Legends will be, Arthurian, whatever, you get the idea, will be around 100, 150 a box. 150, kind of that MSRP range, is probably the range it should be at, okay? Most likely a little bit less or whatever it may be. I mean, you're probably going to see sales or deals maybe a little lower than that. Who knows? The market will set the final price. But what I'm trying to tell you all, after we've seen the dust settle, we've seen the data settle, the sell-through rate and demand of single cards of Sorcery Beta, or the base set, as you can say, remains stable. It's not growing like crazy. The data does not show more boxes are selling today than yesterday. Even more boxes this week. The box sales and single card sales are double this week compared to last week. The data does not suggest that. The data right now in Sorcery is showing and suggesting stability, which means the people in Sorcery love it. The feedback's been very positive. The promo cards, it's just been off the chart exciting. All the slabs we did, we graded in PCG, this and that. And again, the excitement and the feedback in the secondary market, the actual just the vibe has just been off the chart positive all over the place. I think we even shipped over, I'd say 100 to 200 of those slab promos. Even like they were shipped outside the United States, worldwide. That's how many people and patrons and you all bought them, and even had them shipped internationally. That I had to do. So the vibe of that is very exciting, which is great. Okay, but I'm telling you all, moving into future products, do not over order if you're a store. If you're a distributor saying, oh, Eric's Curiosa. Hold on. Wait. Hello. I need 10 million boxes. Everybody wants 100 boxes. Remember, this is the cycle. This is the life cycle of a card game. After we came off the big launch, the next future sets will become more and more stable. Okay? You can look at Disney Lorcana, and the same thing that'll happen with pretty much Star Wars Unlimited. And I expect more stability on prices as we have more sets. And that's when some of the true tests and colors are going to come out, because a lot of the demand for Sorcery right now are people who bought the boxes just to flip. Okay? A lot of the people who are buying the kits from me, a lot of people bought out at the stores, wiped out the open market. They just wanted to flip them and just try to get quick tendies in an era where tendies aren't very quick. So, but what's going to happen is if these box prices are wholesale, $80 a box, okay, and the market readjusts on these future sets, and it becomes normal at 125, 150, that'd be great. If the market stabilizes around that, the attitude will shift and return back to the home planet, and it will be where it should be, okay? This, I'm not going to call it lightning in a bottle, but the base set of Sorcery is an incredibly unique circumstance in product. It has a massive card pool, and it's the first major release. I don't really count the Alpha and the Kickstarter. This is the first major release with a gigantic card pool that's created a lot of excitement and chasing a lot of cards, okay? A lot of the singles and a lot of the really big chase cards, especially the foil versions, remain very desirable, remain very expensive, and people are getting them. I mean, Sorcery is the number 2 or number 3 most graded card that we're getting sent to PCG right now, behind Pokemon and Flesh and Blood, I think. I mean, the demand for it is just, it's wild for the collectors on there. I'm just concerned that based on this data, what happens is the next release, everybody has price memory of the base set, is going to think that the boxes are going to be $200 to $300. And I assure you all, as long as I see as long as history just kind of does its thing, the probability that box prices are going to be more normal is very high, okay? And a lot of people and a lot of the pent-up demand for Sorcery is going to be people who are going to over-order just to flip, okay? That is my number one concern as we go into an expansion set, okay? AL, Arthurian Legends, it's going to be a tricky thing. First small set, first expansion, a lot of price memory, so people are going to try to over-order, okay? So that's what's going on. So anyways, let's swing back to the overall market with beta now. So Sorcery has been doing incredibly successful in the secondary market, okay? Past the sealed boxes, okay? And we're not really going to talk about alpha stuff because that's Kickstarter. The boxes are 2,000 a box. They're probably going to stay the same. They're probably going to go higher because it's the first version. Those are the people who kind of, it's like going in on an IPO on Wall Street. It's a new thing. They do good. They do, Sorcery did really well. It did hold traction. As long as alpha boxes and beta boxes on Sorcery are going to track the success and management of the company. Okay. So as we see 2 or 3, 4 sets over the next 2, 3, 4 years, how those are received, and pending the company can dodge any pitfalls or mistakes, as long as that continues to grow the player base and they don't have any major missteps on print runs, set sizes, or breaking the game or power, anything, that growth will pull the alpha beta boxes higher. Okay. If things continue to level, the prices will level. That is just how it's like water in a pond. You hit the shock wave in the middle, the ripples are going to reprice everything as the ripples go outwards. That's just what it is. That's normal. Has nothing to do with Sorcery, okay? So, but I guess, yeah, I'll go ahead and I was going to make a separate video about the Dust Store. So Sorcery also recently launched the Dust Store. And that's the bottom of the box, the barcode, the points, you get credit towards redemption thing. Awesome, awesome idea. Apparently, it already launched, and I've been waiting to see the feedback and everything. Apparently, it's been very smooth. People are happy with it. There hasn't been a lot of glitches. People are actually getting the redemption. You can just redeem for like a card or something. It's not super expensive for the company, but it's a great way to show that loyalty and feedback for unique items. Super cool thing to do. It's definitely something that's very, very smart, where they can have different alternate art or promo versions of some cards with some unique playmats and maybe some accessories or dice or counters or whatever they want to use in the future, or tokens and things. Very cool idea. It's small items, simple, easy logistics, easy to manage, doesn't take up bulky stuff. You're not, great direction. So that's been a huge success. Everybody was waiting for that for a long time. I mean, Eric and the team, they did a phenomenal job on that. Very positive feedback. And I think that's an absolute genius plan to kind of build those credits and, points and dust. It's kind of like, you're accumulating, I don't know, it's almost like a loyalty point reward system for continuing to buy the products. It's a pretty cool thing, So now is going to be kind of an interesting thing. Okay. Now we are in the period that people have been waiting to see how it happens. We have Sorcery released. It was a home run, blew it out of the water. Everybody loves the product. No one can argue that. Now, from this point to whenever the expansion comes out, let's say it comes out November, December, January, whenever it actually comes out is indifferent. The point is, from today's date, now the market, we're 30, 60 days past all the beta being released, to the first expansion, you have this long window of time. Now, during this window of time, how is the market going to react? This is something that's never been tested. We don't have a lot of data on. We don't know, are prices going to just slowly keep going higher as people buy random boxes and cards and they just slowly, the cheapest keep getting bought out? Are we just going to keep staircasing up? Does the market continue to soften as collectors, players, evil investors, stores need capital and there's so much time? Do they just slowly start adding more and more product? Does it start to drift lower before something big happens and the market gets excited again? So what kind of rhythm will be established by the market of this in-between time frame? Okay. The Rudy opinion, I don't think we see much price erosion on beta, but I also don't think this whole thing of people saying, Rudy, alpha boxes 5,000, Rudy beta boxes 1,000. Buckle up, Buttercup. Hang on, you little Debbie Does Dallas over here. Just calm down. I don't think that's going to be the case. Alpha boxes, who knows what they're going to do, okay? They can go to 5,000, they can go down to 500, who knows? The beta box prices, based on what I'm seeing, the amount that's for sale, based on them still selling pretty regularly, it feels like it's going to stay around the 200s, and it's going to keep slowly drifting up. That's what it feels like. But, as we've seen in Pokemon and Old Magic, as prices of beta, if they break above 300 to 350, 400 for beta boxes, we could easily see a lot of the people sitting on those boxes start kind of locking in and bringing additional supply to market and locking in those profits moving forward to other things. So as it goes up, we could see more supply kind of hit the market. But if we don't, I think the price should stay relatively stable, okay? The dust store things, I know people have been wanting me to comment about that. Well, Rudy, how do you assign the value? What do you think of it? I already told you all, I think the dust thing's an amazing direction. As far as financial value, again, the financial value of an alternate art any card, even if it's big old Jabba the Hutt Rudy Pudge Man, you know, the value of those long term is going to be directly correlated to the success and growth of the player base and the brand of Sorcery. And that is going to be the company's navigation, how well they're able to expand and get the name out. And that is going to dictate the prices that are attached to those items, cards, assets, accessories. Okay. So far, it seems to feel that the market is incredibly happy, proud, and healthy. Okay. I know everybody got wound up when they did the announcement of additional beta boxes, or I guess now they're being called summer beta or something. There are additional beta boxes that were specifically targeted to certain regions of the world. A lot of anger. I got a ton of messages on it. You all blew me up on it. And I told you all the same thing I'm going to tell you right now. I don't judge the actions until I see the market's data. Now, we've waited enough time. I can wait and see what the market says. And the market has told us that it's fine. Okay, so no matter if you don't like what they did at the company, well, the market is telling us right now, based on the pricing attached to it and that equilibrium, that the supply and the reprint or the supply, however they moved boxes to different parts of the world that didn't have any, was not a bad thing. And the market is not pricing it or taking the price like they overprinted it into game pieces. So the fear of that appears to have been overblown, and I see no signs of a collapse of that happening. So that's where it stands right now, going into the end of May, beginning of June of 2024. So, summary of the video. We have the first expansion a very long ways off. Rudy's opinion, people are going to be going into this kind of drunk and kind of Rudy giggity excited as if you've seen my face or my hair the first time. People are going to go into Sorcery's expansion expecting huge opportunity for a ton of money. I don't think that's going to be the case. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you all prove me wrong, but historical data shows as companies release more products, print runs are adjusted and more in line with supply and demand, box prices are going to level out and not tank, but they are going to be properly priced, which means even for someone like me and doing a kit or anything, chances are those box prices are going to have to be like $100, $150 range per box. I don't see them being $250, $300. I know there's chatter of that. You all have blown me up. I've had patron messages who own stores. I know patrons and Rudy, dude, can I get in on like 100 boxes? I'm going to flip them all. I'm going to sell singles. And just be aware. One last thing on the video, I promise. The single card prices will not be priced the same as the beta core set, okay? This is a large set with a mega card pool that's difficult to get certain elites or certain foil versions of certain uniques of certain cards, okay? The fact that the card pool is going to shrink, all those mathematical pool rates and probabilities are going to shift, okay? And that is going to assign different financial values to those items. Oh, excuse me. I knew I should have eaten that party pack. That's all I have to say today. Overall, everybody who bought Sorcery, congratulations. And of course, the company, it's all been a huge success. And at the end of the day, if the public's happy, the market's happy, no matter what I say, no matter how I feel or you feel, the market is going to tell us what's right and wrong. And right now, the market is in love with Sorcery. The market is happy that the second wave in the different countries that got additional beta Sorcery had no negative impact. Everybody thought the world was ending. And, well, Eric's Curiosa proved you wrong, that they did do the correct thing. The correct amount was printed, and they appear to know what they're doing. Just be aware, we are going to go into the first expansion, and people are going to over-demand the orders, and a lot of these people aren't going to have the capital. They're just going to try the quick flip. And there's going to be a substantially different marketplace price swings than we experienced so far. Other than that, I think it will be successful, but I don't think people have the proper expectations with pricing. Other than that, it's been a hell of a ride, and they're doing a great job. I really can't say anything otherwise because it's super happy, awesome. I am going to have the box opening video start up pretty soon here, another week or two. I have a little bit of reserve beta Sorcery. These are just mostly boxes that were dented and kind of damaged in shipping, so I put those aside for some box openings of beta. I'm not really in a rush to do it because, again, I don't really want to use a little, the couple cases of beta Sorcery that I have left. That's it, of which most just have dents or a hole in the side from a forklift. But I want to save those because that's what I can use for the next 5 months. Like once every 3 to 4 weeks or once a month, actually do a beta box opening. So we can do a market update on the single cards too. That's it. Thanks for watching. Should be a lot of fun. I'm hungry. Whatever.